New phrases that are in town, markled. Have you been markled? That's right. This really all stems from the fact, of course, of gossip magazines and online trolls, to some people at least. But nonetheless, it's mildly amusing. Here's the deal though, because it does appear that some of the things associated with the former royal known as actress Meghan Markle seemingly then go wrong, whichever way you look at it. Included, of course, she recently referenced the ill-advised mermaids charity in her speech up in Manchester. That's now during a massive investigation. We can't say exactly what, but it's not looking good. Again, you know, if they'd have had the protection of the British monarchy and their press team behind them, it would never have reached this point. But sadly for Meghan, it has. But now it looks like a former newspaper editor of some standing of the Daily Mail, Paul Dacre, looks like he could have been markled. And as ever, let me explain. Dacre, the former editor of the Daily Mail, has apparently been dropped from a list of more than 20 peerages that will be announced by the government today. Labour has nominated 7 peers, including the former MP Tom Watson's, and of course 2 union bosses, Francis O'Grady and the General Secretary of the Trade Union Congress, David Prentice, the former head of Unison. The Conservatives had nominations of 13 political peers. Now, it's not really sure exactly why Mr. Dacre, who was the former editor-in-chief of DMG Media, which publishes the Daily Mail, the Mail on Sunday, Metro and the Mail Online website, has decided to remove him. Now, a lot of people are speculating that this is down to the fresh new case regarding privacy, phone hacking and all sorts of things associated during his time here as the editor of the Mail during the time that Harry and Meghan and of course Sir Elton John, Elizabeth Hurley and others under his stewardship. A real messy sort of situation. But it's also interesting to note that they're saying the reason why he's now not being offered a peerage is that he's still an active journalist. That really doesn't cut any shreds, because there are other people who are still active journalists that have become a peer in the House of Lords. So what's the situation now? Well, as I say at the beginning of this video, it looks like, you know, some people might say he's been markled. Let's not forget that Miss Markle herself won a case against the editor and the Mail group, a rather sort of ill-advised legal case, because she didn't really come out of it with much, and her apology was published on Boxing Day, which is the least read, least bought paper in the calendar year for any national tabloid or mainstream newspaper. So one would suspect that really what would be the point. But moving forward, of course, for Mr. Dacre, it's really embarrassing, because it's normally the sort of thing that are given to press barons. Now, this could all be turned around and changed in, of course, the honours list which is being put forward by the former British Prime Minister Boris Johnson, the Right Honourable, shall I say, Boris Johnson, in his list moving forward. So either way, it could all be rectified. But right now, many people are stating within the industry that it looks like the former editor-in-chief, the big cheese of the Daily Mail, has in fact been markled. As ever, when I know more, you'll know more. Neil Shaw in the very heart of London.